Hello, gorgeous goddesses, and welcome to the second edition of Manifest with the Moon Workshop. As you might have seen, I completely forgot to click record during the live second Manifest with the Moon Workshop last night, so I'm re-recording it for you today, so that you can re-watch all the magical info and wisdom that was dropped last night. So give me a few seconds while I share on my screen. Let's hop right in. I don't want to waste any more time. Okay, so welcome to the Manifest with the Moon workshop. In this workshop, so if you came to the last Manifest with the Moon workshop, it was more about the magic of syncing your manifestation process with the moon, the different stages of the moon, manifestation tips. This is a bit different. This is two optional ways. And I say optional because you don't have to even follow any of these. If you feel like there is something specific you want to manifest during a lunar period, then you do you, boo. You know me, I'm all about you doing what feels right and aligned to you. But these are just two incredible ways that you can sync and harness the power of the moon according to the zodiac that it falls in. That's process one. Or according to the house that the new moon zodiac falls in within your own personal natal chart. Now, you probably have no idea what I'm talking about, but trust me, by the time we finish this workshop, you will completely understand what I'm talking about. So just a few things before I hop in. Make sure you have a pen and paper to take notes. The nice thing about watching the replay is that you can pause, screenshot, take notes, rewind. So feel free to do that as well. And then make sure you have a copy of your natal chart. If you do not have it now, you can pause and come back, or you can watch the workshop and then get it and figure it out from the notes that you've taken. But it's just nice to be able to figure out your houses and how it works in real time. Sorry, let me just close my mailing app so we don't get any funny noises in the background. Okay, so let's start off by explaining why you should sync your manifestation with the moon. Now, I covered this immensely in the last workshop, and it is on my YouTube channel. So if you missed the last Manifest with the Moon workshop, you can go watch that and catch it up. But the reason that we use the new moon time to set new manifestations is because the new moon serves as a breath of life into any area of stagnation or any place in your life where you would like to impact a positive change. So the new moon's like a clean slate. It's a new opportunity. It's a new cycle where we can plant new seeds, where we can nurture them, water them, watch them grow, right? So that's why it is the perfect time for you to set new goals under the new moon. Okay, and when I say breathe new life into any area of stagnation, this is when you can really just maybe take a few breaths, sit down, meditate, tap into your soul and ask your soul, what is it that I truly feel I want right now? What is my soul yearning for? And that is also a beautiful way to figure out what you want to manifest. You do not have to stick to any rules. There are no rules in spirituality. Your rules are your rules. Go with the flow. Okay. So the new moon is the start of a new lunation period. There's 28 days in a lunation cycle from new moon to new moon. And it's time to get still and plant new seeds of desire. That is why every new moon is the perfect time to set an intention to manifest your dreams. Okay, so that's just why it's such a beautiful way to manifest under the new moon. And also if there are, I think there's either 12 to 13 new moons in a year. So that gives you 12 to 13 beautiful opportunities to set new goals and to achieve these beautiful goals that you set for yourself. And you can set goals in all categories of your life, but that's what we're going to cover today in this workshop. So like I said, I'm going to be giving you two very powerful ways that you can manifest with the new moon. So the first way is, if you think about it, let's take the 2nd of January 2022 as an example throughout this entire workshop. This new moon that we just had was in Capricorn, right? So the first method or process I'm going to give you is by using the zodiac that the new moon falls under to guide your manifestation process, to give you a theme, to give you a flavor. So every new moon and every zodiac has its own funky flavor, right? So you can use this as a way to help guide you setting manifestations for that lunar period. That's step one, or process one. Process two is a lot more personalized. So the reason I asked you to get your natal chart is because the day, the time, the place you were born, your name, it all gives you a specific flavor to you as well. Think about it. The stars were all in a specific place. The planets were all in a specific place. The sun, the moon. That's what your natal chart is. It's just giving you a complete overview of where the planets were and all of that jazz. But it also helps to show you which zodiacs fall in your own specific houses. Now, this probably still makes no sense to you, but that's what I'm going to be explaining in the second half of the workshop. So it's just a beautiful way. And think about it. If you were born under specific planetary alignment, these planets have different pools and energies for you personally. So it's just such a super charged, super energetic, super aligned way for you to align your manifestation process, because it's so personal to your own natal chart. Okay, so let's dive in. Like I said, I always like to have examples. So I've just listed all the new moon dates and the zodiacs within which they fall in this year. So like I said, 2nd of January was Capricorn. The next one will fall under Aquarius. The next one will fall under Pisces, etc., etc., etc. So as we go through the flavors of each zodiac, you can just make notes on the flavor of the new moons and use that as a reference when we do now next have our new moon in Aquarius. You can have a new moon ritual and see what the flavor of Aquarius is, and maybe use that to help you set your manifestations for that period. So I'm gonna just skate through these because I spent so much time explaining them last night, but because you're watching the replay, you can pause and take notes. But these are just quick highlight points of what each zodiac little special sauce, special flavor entails, right? So I started off last night by speaking about the Capricorn flavor, because obviously we've just had the new moon in Capricorn, but I'm just going to go with the flow now. So if you know anything about the zodiacs, the zodiac year starts in Aries and ends in Pisces. So this is not in the order of the new moons we're going to have over the next year. This is in order of the zodiac's calendar, right? So Aries is the baby zodiac. It's the first one in the zodiac calendar, but Aries has quite a similar to Capricorn, go-getter, take action attitude. So under the Aries new moon, it's a really good time to start to take action, right? Think about what it is that you want to achieve and how you can start taking action steps towards achieving those things. It's a good time to make a 12-month plan. So maybe get out your calendar, write down all the things you want to achieve, and start to plot over those 12 months, what you can do and what feels aligned and what goals you can reach to achieve at certain times of the year. Then be courageous. All good things come from being courageous, right? And we can tackle and achieve so much more when we do things with courage. So if courage is something that you lack, this is a good goal to set yourself under the Aries new moon. And then have some fun. I will preach now that you have to have fun in everything you do, whether it's work, whether it's learning. I mean, think of all the things that don't really bring in the vibe of fun. You need to start injecting fun into all areas of your life, because when you have fun, you increase your vibration, you enjoy your life more, and the universe responds by giving you more things to enjoy, right? And why not have fun in everything that you do? So if you are lacking fun in your life, this is a good time to set goals to increase your fun. And then focus on you. Obviously, if you are doing all these things, if you're finding ways to be more courageous, if you're finding ways to have more fun, if you're setting 12-month plans, focusing on you is going to pretty much come naturally. All right, so that's what you can do under the Aries new moon. The Taurus zodiac has a very money and I think it's money and self-love. There's another one that was money and sex. We'll get there. So under the Taurus new moon, it's a really good time to start manifesting or setting manifestations that align with your financial planning. So you need to reassess your finances. This is a good time to do it. If you need to start saving for something, this is a good time to make that as a goal and really break down how you're going to do that. Then loving yourself. I feel like you should do this all the time, but really working on your self-worth under the Taurus new moon can be so magical because the energy is just so ready for it. So a nice way to do it is to list your top 5 values and your top 5 strengths and your top 5 characteristics, and don't make them all physical. List maybe the fact you love yourself because you are so resilient or because you are so kind. This is a good way to start recognizing the things that are so great about you, and in turn will help you increase the love you have for yourself. I always say you can't pour from an empty cup. And if you love yourself fully, it's going to flow over and filter into everything else that you do. And it's just going to raise your vibration and make manifesting everything in your life so much easier. Okay, then be sensual. So feeling good in your body, feeling into your body, using your senses, smell, taste, hearing, sight, feeling. So like smelling the roses, smelling herbs, using your sense of smell more, going out, using your sight more, looking at the beauty of nature, looking at the beauty of your friend or your partner or your baby, listening to the sounds of nature. You can hear by the things that I'm saying that I'm a full-blown hippie, but just really tapping into all of those senses is a really beautiful way to become more sensual and in turn bring you into the present moment, which is what we should all strive for. Okay, it's a good time to have a character check. So as much as you want to start loving yourself, you also need to start looking at the negative aspects, your toxic traits, toxic behaviors, toxic cycles, toxic patterns, and starting to see how you can maybe work through these. So this is a perfect time to do that. And then persevere and be dependable. Everyone loves someone who's reliable and dependable, especially if that person is yourself for yourself. And that's, I promise you now, the people who achieve most and all of their goals are the people who are accountable to themselves, who are trustworthy to themselves, who are go-getters and actually commit and do the things that they make promises to themselves about. Okay, Gemini, the twins. So Gemini is good, under the Gemini new moon would be a good time to look at your communication that you have with your friend, your lover, your children, your colleagues, anything like that, and see if there's something that you need to work on. Communication also leads to really good networking. So if there are opportunities that you would like to have, working on your communication can really help with that as well. Then meditation is something you can do under this new moon because it's going to help improve your mental state, and in doing so, up your manifestation powers as well. It's all about raising your vibration, always raising your vibration, because the higher your vibration and your frequency, the quicker you're going to start manifesting things into your life. Like attracts like, you attract what you are. So when you are happy, excited, grateful, you're just going to bring in more stuff into your life that makes you happy, excited, and grateful. Okay, so that is a huge manifestation hack. Always keep your frequency and your vibration high. Obviously, we can't always, if something happens and you are going through a tough time, you need to feel to heal. So go through all the crap, but then bring yourself back up as much as you can, because that's just the best way to manifest all your dreams and desires. Okay, socializing under the Gemini new moon is a good goal. So if you have been lacking in spending time with your family, your friends, this is a good time to really make plans to do that. And although it doesn't sound like the way that you're going to manifest your dreams and your desires, it is really going to make your life more enjoyable, which again increases your vibration. Another thing you can do is plan to see your siblings. And the most incredible thing, which has changed my life completely, it has brought me the most wisdom and knowledge, is reading more. I spoke yesterday about how during the first lockdown, I took, I think, about 6 or 7 books because we did our lockdown at the farm. Because I've always wanted to read more and I just never read. And at the farm, we didn't have much to do besides chill and read in the mornings. And I read through all those books and almost all through them again. And I just haven't stopped. And that has been one of the biggest catalysts for my self-development, for my self-knowledge, and for getting me to where I am today. Okay, 1 second. All right, guys, have you arrived home? So just had to do a coffee with him. Let's go back into presentation. I hate when it does this. Okay, 2 seconds. Let's just get us back into presenting mode. There we go. Okay. So I was talking about reading. So we've done these 3. Then we hop onto Cancer. So Cancer is known as the emotional zodiac. My mom is a Cancer. And these people tend to be really empathic and empathetic. So I always joke and call my mom the SPCA for humans, because she is always there for anyone who needs her, and it's incredible, but also girl needs to set some boundaries. But anyway, so under the Cancer new moon, this is a really good time to schedule time with family, whether it's blood family or the people who feel like family. That is entirely up to you. Then good goals you can set, because always, I think, with under every new moon, there should be some kind of a personal development or improvement goal that you put there. Because if you can work through 12 issues in a year, you're going to walk out of that year incredibly improved, right? So this is a good time to banish insecurity. So really starting to release fear and control. These are 2 very, very low vibrating emotions. Fear is actually the lowest vibrating emotion or state you can be in. And fear comes from an imagined idea of a future experience or situation, or from something that you've made up in your head that hasn't even happened yet. So really start to take a step back and look at what fears are controlling your life, and what controlling freak tendencies are creating dis-ease in your life. Because at the end of the day, the only thing we can control is ourselves, our actions, our reactions. You cannot control anything externally. And once you realize this, it brings you so much peace, it raises your vibration, and voila, you have increased your manifestation power. This is a good time to nurture as well, whether it's yourself, your children, your family, your relationships, your career, whatever it is. Think about what needs nurturing, and you can work on that during that lunar period. This is also a really good time to review your goals. So I like to sit and review my goals every month, just because it keeps me accountable to the goals that I've set. It reminds me of the goals I've set, and I can review and reflect and even change things up if things aren't working or things aren't what I wanted anymore. So maybe I set a goal that really was just a goal that I set because it looked shiny and sparkly, and when I started working towards it, realized that maybe this isn't actually something that I truly want on a soul level, right? So it's a good time to review your goals. And then a really cool thing you can do if you do like to do new moon rituals is to take a bath. Bathing is actually a really good way to get you out of negative emotions, especially if you're feeling fearful or insecure, or that you are not feeling safe, because a bath recreates the conditions of the womb, right? Think about it. We used to float around in our mom's womb in that amniotic fluid sac So in a bath, it can really just on a unconscious or subconscious level just soothe you. And it's also really, I just thought about this now, it's a really cool way, creative visualization thing you can do when you let the water out of the bath is to imagine all the fears, all the limiting beliefs, all the negative traits just washing out of you and down the drain. Okay, so that's Cancer. Leo, okay, so Leo probably has the worst rep in the zodiac community because they are very, what's the nice way to put it? They're very confident, and it can come across as narcissistic or any of those other negative words you can think for that kind of a thing. But it's actually a really beautiful energy. So under the Leo new moon, this is a time where you can really start to show off and celebrate all that you've accomplished so far. We need to remember that as humans, we get so future orientated that we forget to look back and see how far we've come. We're constantly upping what we want to achieve. And when we do achieve little things, even if it's the smallest thing, we never actually celebrate that. Celebrating, feeling excited, feeling grateful, feeling accomplished, those are all vibrating emotions, which is again going to increase your manifestation power. So this is a good time to celebrate all that you've achieved. It's a good time to flirt with life, flirt with your friends, flirt with ideas. If you're single, flirt with other people. But really just flirting with anything can, again, raise your vibrations and maybe bring in opportunities that wouldn't have been there if you weren't so flirty. Okay, be creative. This is something I feel like you should do all the time because we do tend to cut ourselves off from our creative side. And when you are in the creative zone, you are always going to be having a good time, having fun, learning new skills, doing the things that you love. And maybe that can actually lead you to figuring out what your purpose is, right? Okay, love yourself. We spoke about self-love. Another time to work on some more self-love, baby. So open your heart to yourself and also open your heart to other people. Okay, and then, like we said, celebrate yourself. So spoil yourself. If there's something you've been wanting that's not going to break the budget, go get it. Get yourself flowers. Get yourself a new pair of jeans. Get yourself that cute little gemstone ring you saw at the Bliss Manga. Whatever it is, get yourself a little token to appreciate yourself, spoil yourself. And also spoiling others. Spoiling others is like the most fulfilling thing. I love spoiling people in my life because it's just, I feel so fulfilled when I see how happy it makes them. So this is a good time to do that as well. Then under the Virgo new moon, this is a good time to start to take an inventory of your life. So what's working, what's not. This can refer to people, to your career, to relationships, to maybe the city that you live in. It can be something tiny, it can be something massive, but really just taking the time to review your life and be like, what is bringing me joy and happiness? Put that in the that's what's working column. And what is draining my soul? And put that in the what's not working column. And this can give you a really good structure to see what you need to start implementing in your life to make changes, to make your life more enjoyable, more in flow, more rewarding, more fulfilling. Okay. Be of service. I said last night, everyone's goal should be to be of service because your purpose is to serve others. And doesn't mean like being a slave. It means finding the thing that you are fucking passionate about and using that to help others. And a good way to start to figure out what this could be is start to look at the things that really interest you, that you can sit on your computer for hours and research, or that you sit with people and talk about, or that people come to you for advice on. These are really good ways to start to see like what your passion is, what your skills are. And then you can start to figure like, how can I actually turn this into a career so that I can help people by serving them and helping them become better in whatever way it may be. Okay. Avoid nitpicking, stop being too critical. Again, that's going to bring your vibration down, and get organized, whether it's organizing your office, organizing your life, organizing whatever it may be. It's just getting organized is the most beautiful way to create an environment in which you feel sane, in which you feel motivated, driven, and it creates space to bring in more into your life. When you clear out the clutter and you get rid of the shit that you don't need, it creates space for you to manifest more into your life. Okay, Libra. So this is, I love the balancing act. I think with a lot of zodiacs, you can actually get a feel for the flavor of the zodiac by seeing what symbolizes it. So one thing you can do on the Libra new moon is to see how well you get on with people in your life. And I said this again last night, one of my goals for this year is to stop being awkward in certain social scenarios. Because believe it or not, about 2 years ago, and for my entire life up till 2 years ago, I was extremely introverted. I was extremely shy. If you had told me I'd be doing this right now, I would have laughed at you. So I've obviously done a lot of work to overcome that, but there are still certain environments where I find myself being socially awkward. And that's especially in front of new people, not clients, not workshops like this, not friends and family, but if I'm in a strange environment with new people, I find it very hard to socialize. So that's one of the goals I've set for myself, because I can only bring so much more into my life when I work on myself. Okay, partner up, work on these relationships. So whether it's partnering up in a relationship, a romantic relationship, partnering up with a friend, maybe you guys want to start a new hobby together, partnering up with someone in terms of business, this is a perfect time for you to set goals like that. Negotiation, obviously with relating to people and partnering up, negotiation can be a really good skill. So that's something you can also look at and work on. Looking gorgeous, when you feel good, you just perform so much better. You become so much better. And I'm not saying you have to go get lip fillers and dye your hair. I'm just saying, just do the things that make you feel prettier, whether that's putting on a little bit of mascara, maybe not wearing the same track pants 3 days in a row. Just putting a little bit of effort into your appearance can really make a huge shift in your mindset and in even your self-love and your self-worth. And then regaining your identity. So if you're feeling like you don't know who you are anymore, or you've become someone who isn't true to your soul, this is a really good time to set goals around that. Okay, sexy Scorpio. So again, get sexy. And by this, it means becoming unguarded and becoming shameless. So there are, I think, the two biggest deterrents if you are in, people can feel energy. If you're in a social environment and someone is hugely guarded, it's very hard to socialize and get to know them. So you're probably not going to. And if you are someone who emanates this energy of shame, of guilt, also it's going to deter people away from you. So by getting sexy, it just means letting your guard down a little bit. We're getting rid of shame. Shame is holding on to things that happened into the past. You are not your past. You are the person who you are now, learning from the mistakes you've made. We've all made mistakes. We all have things that we feel shameful or guilty of. But if you hold on to that for eternity, you're defeating the whole point. Life is about learning lessons, getting better, moving on. Okay. Also a good time to invest wisely. So if you had any ideas that would require an investment, maybe a new business, maybe a new venture, maybe a new holiday, maybe a new laptop, this is a good time to think about investing in those things. Okay, making inner peace, getting rid of possessiveness and control. I spoke about control, but possessiveness is also a terrible, terrible trait. You cannot own or possess something, whether it's materialistic or humanistic. It's never going to turn out well. Okay. A good thing you can incorporate into your new moon ritual under the Scorpion new moon is working on your breath. This just deepens your relationship with yourself, and it helps you to be more level-headed in situations. I mean, you can try this anytime when you are in a heated environment or when you are feeling highly stressed, angry, irritable. Just take a minute and focus on your breath. You're definitely going to feel better afterwards. And then drop grudges, ditch emotional baggage. And it's the best time to do a release and let go ceremonies, obviously under the full moon. So under a Scorpio full moon, this would be a perfect time to do a release thing. But when you hold on to grudges, when you harbor anger, when you do not forgive others, hold on to that unforgiveness, the only person you are harming is yourself. Let that sink in. So when you do these forgiveness things and you let go of grudges and you just let go of all the negative things, it brings you so much inner peace. Okay. Then the Sagittarius energy. Sagittarius is all about that freedom vibe. So maybe you want to get away for a weekend. Maybe you're feeling overwhelmed. Maybe you just need some you time, or some you time with your partner, or you want to spend some time with your kids. Whatever it is that makes you feel free, let's book a little getaway. It doesn't have to be an expensive 5-star retreat for a week. It can be a nail appointment. It can be a walk or going on a hike. Just taking that time for yourself to free yourself from the stress of our daily rat race. Okay, studying also brings more freedom, especially if you're looking at doing a career change or you want to up level in your career. Studying just improves your skills, your wisdom, so it's naturally going to elevate you, hopefully elevate you in your career, elevate your income in your career, which obviously brings more freedom. Okay, search for meaning. This is a good time. If you are in a career that you do not enjoy, or if you're in a relationship that's not bringing you what it should be, this is a really good time to review those and start to actually think, what is it that I'm here to do? What is it that I'm here to be? Okay. Again, laugh, have fun, and take risks. If you're not laughing every day, you are lacking so much joy in your life. So just make it a goal to laugh at least once a day. Okay. And then the biggest hack for manifestation, and you should be doing this all the time, is be grateful. Know that you are blessed. When you are being grateful for things in your life, you cannot be in any negative or lower vibrating emotion, right? You're either going to be feeling joy, happiness, blessedness, whatever it is. So being grateful just automatically raises your vibration and automatically tells the universe, I'm so grateful for this, give me more. And the universe listens. Okay, then our last three, Capricorn. So Capricorn is the new moon we just had. And I think it was such beautiful timing that it happened at the beginning of a new year, because Capricorn is that plan, get shit done, get it all going, and being ambitious and all that like driven, productive energy. So what a good time to have it in the beginning of the year. So if you want to, you still can harness the energy of the new moon and start to plan, what do you want to achieve in the next year? Hubby and I actually sat down before the new moon. We sat down on New Year's Eve and we wrote down all of our goals on an individual basis and all of our goals on a couple basis. And it got us so excited going into the new year. And I can feel that energy of this Capricorn new moon still within me, because I'm so motivated. I'm like so excited for life this year. So you can start to plan what you want to achieve over the next year, be ambitious and think big. I said this last night, that saying the sky is the limit does not resonate with me, because there is no limit to what you can achieve. As humans, we're conditioned, we keep small. You can achieve whatever the hell your heart desires. You really can. So set big, hairy, scary, audacious goals. And I promise you'll be able to achieve them if you take the bull by the horns and put in all the passion, put in all the drive, and take the aligned action and do all the things. You will achieve whatever it is that your heart desires. Okay. Be kind, show empathy and love. Again, that'll just raise your vibration. See, control, and let go. I spoke about this in the original Manifest with the Moon workshop, the importance of surrender. And everyone finds it so hard to wrap their heads around. But surrender doesn't mean forget about it, let it go, don't do anything. Surrender means set those goals and then surrender to the way that the universe is going to bring those goals to fruition in your life. as humans and as control freaks, we set these goals, we like make this specific plan of how we're going to get there, and then we put our blinkers on and we go in that one path. And when we don't achieve our goal, we're like, what's going on? It's because we haven't been open to the way the universe wants to make that goal achievable to us. So we miss out on all the people it throws our way that could help us achieve that goal, or the opportunities that it throws our way, or the knowledge or the skills or the lessons that are going to help us achieve those goals. So it's really important to surrender to the way you're going to achieve that goal. Because like I said, we have this one idea of how you're going to get there, and that is not necessarily the easiest way or the way that's actually going to get you there. And then establishing traditions, routines, habits. Good routines, good habits can change your entire life. So this is a good time to think about what routines and habits you want to start employing in your life that are going to make you a better person, make you a more productive person, make you a more healthy person, make you a more happier person, make you a more connected person. So whether it's meditation, working out, drinking more water, getting more sleep, being more kind, whatever it is, just start to establish these traditions. Okay, Aquarius energy. Again, detach, let go of attachment. And in this term, I mean, a lot of people base their identity and their worth on their material items. So let's say, for instance, the cell phone, right? If I place value on who I am because, and I mean this, let's be honest, is not the newest iPhone, but let's just pretend for this example that it's the newest, fanciest iPhone, and I'm so cool now. Everyone's recognizing me because I've got this incredible 50,000 rand iPhone, and then it gets stolen. You're going to spend weeks being upset about it. And it's just really, at the end of the day, it has no value on who you are at soul level. So starting to realize that you need to detach and let go from material possessions and from ways you want to be perceived, and from limiting beliefs that are keeping you small, and from fears that are not doing anything for you but keeping you in a low vibrational state. These all things can completely change your life. Okay, then be true, authenticity. This is something that was one of my top goals last year, and now I cannot be anything but authentic. It feels like wrong in my body if I speak anything that isn't 100% true or 100% me. And it's so liberating. Brings on the most pure sense of confidence. So that can be something you can work on under this new moon. Be inventive, new ideas, solutions, be charitable, the gift that keeps on giving. And it's beautiful energy. It doesn't have to be money. It can be your time. It can be your skills. And then connect again, be sociable, check in with your tribe. Then the last one, Pisces. So like Aries was the baby of the zodiac, Pisces is the most wise and evolved of the zodiac. But this doesn't mean that obviously if you are Pisces, you're wise and evolved, and if you're Aries, you're baby. It's just the flavor of the zodiac. So this is a good time to really start to take note of your dreams. And I said last night, if anyone knows me, I'm that one person who never remembers my dreams, maybe once in a blue moon. So this is the dream for me. But dreams are actually beautiful messengers. So if you're having recurring dreams or vivid dreams, take them down and get them interpreted, because it could be a really good way to tap into your subconscious, into your soul, and see what it's yearning for. Face your fears. This goes back to being courageous. The fears you face become your strengths. The fears you don't face become your blockages. They keep you stuck. So this is also something I've done over the past 2 years, and it's completely changed my entire life. So this is a good time to think about the fears you have and that you need to start facing in order for you to grow and expand and transform. And then heal, seek out a healer. If you're struggling with past traumas, limiting beliefs, whatever it may be, seek out someone who can help you with that, because it's really almost a very good way to quantum leap past certain things and help you just transform and grow quicker. And then again, surrender, seek bliss and surrender. So those are all the flavors of the zodiacs, and that's how you can sync your manifestations with the zodiac that the new moon falls under. But if you want to be more specific and more personable, listen to me, personal and custom to you, your soul, then this is the way you can do it. So this is where you need to bring out your natal chart. I've put mine on the next page so I can explain to you exactly how it works. But This is basically, like I said in the beginning, a way more custom and personalized way to sync your manifestations with the moon. So the 12 houses of astrology represent every one of the aspects that make up your life. So think about it. If you go through all 12 houses every year, you are manifesting and working on every single area of your life. So it's a really, really, really cool way for you to set your manifestations throughout the year. So the planets and zodiac signs will show themselves most emphatically in the area of life represented by the house in which they fall in your natal chart. This basically means if the Capricorn new moon, and you'll see on the next page, the Capricorn new moon falls within my 5th house, that's where the energy is at its highest for me in my natal chart. So to go to the 5th house and see, here we can see it's pleasure or fun. To set my goals and manifestations for that period that relate to pleasure and fun. If that still doesn't make sense, you'll understand after this. So let's dive into, okay, let me first show you. So this is my natal chart, right? And this is where you can see what zodiacs rule each house in your own personal capacity. So like I said, Capricorn rules my 5th house. So this past new moon, I would go and look what my 5th house represents and set my manifestations and goals according to that flavor of that house, right? So now we're shifting from the zodiac. We're still using the zodiac that the new moon falls under. We're shifting it to the flavor of our own personal house. So I think if I remember correctly, the next new moon is in Aquarius. So that rules my 6th house. So the next new moon, I can sit down and set down goals and manifestations around the flavor of my 6th house. Yeah. So the 1st house is the house of self-image. So this is everything that has to do with the self, right? Your physical appearance, your ego, and initiation. So the way I've put these slides is I'm just going to explain to you what it means, questions you can ask yourself, and ideas that you can actually do in those manifestations. If you want to set manifestations around that, or things you can do during that period to work on that specific house. So sense of self and image is in focus this month. What is the image you are presenting to the world? So this can also go back to authenticity, because ego, let me tell you one thing, takes you so far away from being your most authentic version. So start to see, what image are you presenting to the world? Is this really me? Am I being this person because I am this person, or because I think other people want to see this version of me? Okay, so this is the time to focus on what you want for yourself. This is a perfect time for self-improvement and self-development. So if Capricorn falls under your 1st house, then this is the month you can work on your self-image, work on your ego, work on some self-improvement and self-development. So ideas: clear out your wardrobe, update your website, put effort into your appearance, start new projects, spoil yourself. Okay. House number 2 is the house of value. So this is finances, values, spirituality, simplicity. So money and possessions will be in focus this month. So remember what I said about possessions. Don't base your worth and your identity on your possessions. But money is so demonized, but money is just an energetic transaction, right? It's neither good nor bad. It's bad when it's used for bad. It's the person who is using it for bad, not the actual money that is bad. So if that's something you still struggle with, it's a good way to think about it, to shift your beliefs around money. Okay, so money and possessions will be in focus this month. Is your life stable? It's a good time to be like, am I actually feeling financially secure? If not, what can I do about it? Okay. This is also a perfect time to work on your self-esteem and self-worth. The more you value yourself, the more others will value you too. And again, with the law of attraction, the more value you will create in your life in terms of money. So if Capricorn falls in your 2nd house, this is a really good time to start to do self-worth exercises and work on maybe your limiting beliefs around money. So yes, make financial management a priority this month. Ideas: start a savings account, pay your bills, pay your taxes, pay your debts, showcase your talents, invest in something. Okay. Your 3rd house is your house of communication. So listening and talking, communication, consciousness. So all things communication will be in focus this month, if Capricorn is in your third house. For now, obviously, with the new moon, if Aquarius is in your third house, then you can work on communication. So are you confident in your truth? Are you speaking your truth? If not, why are you covering it up? This is a time for complete and raw honesty with yourself. So ideas: do a public speaking course, read books, take a short trip, study a foreign language, really listen to others, reply to emails. You can see there's a lot of like things that overlap from the flavor of the zodiac to the flavor of your houses, but obviously this is just more personalized to you according to your natal chart. Okay. Your fourth house is the house of family, so home, family, nurturing. All things family and your home will be in focus this month. Do you have a happy and healthy home life? This can be quite a tough month because a lot of us have our biggest issues with family. But it's a good time to reassess and see what changes need to be made. Where do you feel like you belong? If your family home or your family life, your blood family is not the best environment, then find the non-blood family, your soul family, and spend more time and work more on those relationships. Okay, what does home mean to you? Do you need a fresh start? This month is a good time to reflect on where you come from, where your home is, what family means, and where you feel you belong. Ideas: have a garage sale, hug your parents, sort out your pics, invite friends over, redecorate, change home, country, learn about family history. So all things family. Okay, your fifth house is the house of fun. So this is my house for the month because, like I said, Capricorn is in my fifth house and we just had the new moon in Capricorn. So entertainment, love, creative expression. So like I said, life is only as fun as you make it, right? So how can you incorporate more fun into your life? To boost your creativity, work on your skills. Spend time with children. Look for ways to inject erotic fun into your romantic relationships. So really just looking at every aspect of your life and figuring out, how can I put more fun into my life? I want to start doing more dancing. I fucking love dancing. I feel so good when I dance. So whether it's pole dancing, belly dancing, crazy ecstatic dancing, whatever it is, I'm going to make more time to do that. What else? I love, like, because I cannot draw paint to save my lives, but I can do paint by numbers. That is such a good way for me to turn off, have fun, tap into my creative side, and just have more fun, right? So, I mean, you don't have to become an artist to be creative. If you want to start a herb garden, start a herb garden. If you want to design a logo, design a logo. If you want to, I had so many good examples last night and now I've gone blank. Creativity can be whichever way brings you the most joy and fun. It doesn't have to be specifically artsy. Okay, ideas: take up belly dancing, make a toy for a child, take a lover on an adventure, do something creative, do something fun. So if you like want to take up hiking, that's your like way of having a creative outlet, do that. Okay, your sixth house is work and health. So refinement, perfection, and planning. Oh, sorry, I'm trying to X on the X at the top there, but I'll push backwards by accident. I'm just going to do that. Okay, so this is a chance to change your daily habits and your job description. So what bad habits can you give up? What healthy habits can you replace them with? Remember, healthy body, healthy mind. This is so important. Health is so undervalued in today's society, but it really should be your number one priority, right? So just think about it. Am I fueling my body with healthy foods? Am I hydrating it enough? Am I giving it enough sleep? Am I keeping it in shape? Being flexible, being strong, being fit, okay? So if your health is lacking, this is a really good time to make goals around your health. Take time to work on this connection, reap the benefits of the cleaner, leaner life. There is no better feeling than feeling like 100% healthy, at your best. And when you are at your best, doing other things becomes so much easier. You are more driven, more energetic. You're not waking up tired. You get sick a lot less often. So there really are so many benefits to being healthy. Ideas: renew your gym membership, prioritize movement, look at your diet, help someone in need, speak to your boss about work concerns, eat healthier food, and learn to meditate. Your 7th house is the house of love. So this is a good time to look at your love in your life. So marriage partners, legal affairs, cooperation. So now is the time to think about all of your relationships. Issues in these areas can come up now if you do not pay attention. So firstly, you should always be paying attention to the relationships in your life, because it's so easy for us to get so sucked into our own world that we completely are blind to see when things start to fall apart in our relationships with others. This is probably a time, if let's say Capricorn falls in your 7th house, this time now is probably going to be a time where these kind of issues start to come to light, which is a perfect opportunity for you to set goals around bettering those or working on those relationships. Okay, so focus on cleaning up your relationships. Who no longer serves you? Okay, time to look at those toxic people and kick them out your life. And which relationships do you want to work on? Which ones serve you but need a little bit more of a booster? So ideas: go through old love letters and clean them out. If you're single, try online dating, get relationship advice, recommit to your partner, list qualities you look for in a partner. This one is such a key one if you are looking for your soulmate. Listing out what qualities and characteristics you actually want in a partner, because everyone's just like, oh, I want a boyfriend. But what do you want them to be? Do you want them to be supportive, loyal, understanding, respectful? And please don't write a list of like tall with dark hair, whatever color eyes, full of muscle, because those are all materialistic traits that do not last and are not going to create lasting love. Okay, your 8th house is your house of sex and finances. So big change, legacies, taxes, rebirth, sex. Okay, so this cycle offers you a chance to inject newness into your finances and all your sex life. So good time to, again, review your finances, see how you can up them, manage them better. And then again, if you are in a romantic relationship, reviewing your sex life. Are you guys putting in enough effort to be intimate? Are you just doing the same boring thing when you do, or is there a way that you can spice it up a bit? So this is a really good time to think about those things. Okay, so attend to your cash setup and see how good you feel about it. Are you on track? Can you meet your goals ahead? Do you need to seek financial advice? And then on the sex side, how is your sex life and how can you spice it up? So ideas: pay off a loan or open one, open a savings account, cancel a credit card, ask for an increase, talk dirty to your partner, try a new sex position. It's a very fun month that you can have. Okay, your 9th house is the big picture zone. So higher education, religion, philosophy, travel. So this is just all about expanding your wisdom and your perspective, right? So how can you do that? Obviously travel. When you travel, your mind and your eyes get opened to so many new things, new experiences, new cultures, new people, new languages, new ways of doing things, new foods. Everything's new. It just opens your mind from like this close perspective you have from whatever country you live in, to be like, oh my gosh, there's so much more out there that I had no idea about. Travel is a beautiful way to expand your mind. And then obviously studying again, looking at new things with a new perspective, learning more. My favorite thing now to do is to learn more about things that I've never had any interest in, or that I'd like thought were not real, so that I can educate myself and open my perspective. And it's like shifted my entire life. My whole life's been a lie. Okay, so how can you expand? Do you desire more travel, study, or personal development? How can you broaden your horizons? Are you feeling stuck? So ideas: find a way to explore the world. Obviously not that easy right now, but things are starting to loosen up. Read books, do a personal development course, manifest a new spiritual teacher, think about what you have faith in and what you don't, make a cyber pal, publish your writings. These are all cool things you can do in this month. Then your 10th house is your house of career and reputation. So career, results, responsibility. So this is a chance to get ahead professionally. So if Capricorn falls in your 10th house, then now is the time to look at your career and your reputation and see if it's working for you, or if you want to maybe get a promotion this year. And this is a good time to start setting goals for that kind of stuff. So how can you help others through your work? Spoke about this when I spoke about be of service. How are you going to leave your mark on the world? Again, purpose. Aim high. There is no limit to what you can achieve. Think about your future and what you want for yourself. Are you headed in the right direction? This is such a game changer question because we all have these huge goals and visions and dreams for our lives, but we don't actually align what we're doing now to get us there. So asking yourself, am I headed in the right direction? It's a plain yes or no answer. And if the answer is no, well then it's time to start reviewing everything and seeing how you can get on the right path. So ideas, speak to your boss about how you are doing, start a new business, apply for new jobs with confidence, plot your next best career move. Okay, your 11th house is your house of friendships and social. So friends, eccentricity, social alliances, future technology. So this cycle is all about your friends and social networks and your hopes and dreams. This is the time for a wish to come true or for a friendship to blossom. What are your hopes and dreams? How confident do you feel within your social groups? And are your needs being met? So again, this is a really good time to review the friends and the people in your life. Maybe you need new friends. Maybe you need to get rid of certain people in your life. If people aren't 100% there for you and always supporting you, and I'm not saying supporting you in stupid endeavors, but supporting in a way that's, if you are trying to do something stupid, get you to really think about if you're doing the right thing. Those are your people, right? So ideas, sign up for a course, introduce yourself to new people, say hi to someone you see every day but never speak to. I can't see what it says there, but I'm guessing it says thank the people in your life that feel like sunshine. Maybe, I don't know, I can't see my screen share button stuck over there. And then finally, your last house, the 12th house, is your house of secrets and privacy. So magic, past life, secrets, privacy. This is a very spiritual house, right? So this is probably a period of time where you want to retreat from the world, focus on you, reconnect with yourself, with your soul, focus on inner peace. It's okay to take time out to meditate and contemplate, get in touch with your spiritual side, as well as your shadow and deeper parts. It's not all sunshine and rainbows, and the greatest transformation comes from the deep, dark work that you can do on your spiritual journey. Let go of what isn't working for your life and make room for more of what does. Ideas, do some yoga, take time out from the mad social world, journal your dreams, face one big fear, trust your intuition, meditate every day for a month. Intuition is such an incredible thing. I actually did a workshop on intuition and about a sisterhood membership, but it's something that if you feed every day, and how do you feed your intuition? You listen to it. Will create such a strong sense of intuition. It really is a motherfucking superpower. Okay, so those are all your houses. I'm quickly going to take you through an outline of a new moon ritual that you can do. Again, you can do whatever your heart desires. There is no right or wrong way to do a ritual as long as you're doing it with intention and are present throughout the ritual. You're doing it right. Okay, so a new moon is a blank page, a fresh start, a moment to turn inward and consider what we want to call into our lives, what we need to let go of in order to bring that in, right? Spoke about making space. It's indeed a time for rest and reflection. So the perfect ritual would be in the comfort of your own home or in a space where you feel safe and comfortable. You can do this on holiday. You can do this at your parents' house. You can do this at your friend's house. It doesn't have to be in your own home. You can do it in a park, you can do it in the mountains, you can do it in a forest. Okay, so the first thing is just to set the environment. So before engaging in any ritual, clean and organize your space. Straightening up and getting rid of clutter sets the tone for the ceremony. Okay, so you don't want to be in an environment that is uncomfortable or cluttered or cold, because it's going to be so distracting from the ritual you want to do. All right, so I like to burn incense, light a candle, put on some soothing music. And always have a pen and paper handy, because whether you're doing a release ritual, a manifestation ritual, or just some random ritual that you probably don't even think you need to write stuff down for, if any messages come or ideas come through, you want to write those down because you probably will forget them. Okay, conjure a connection to the divine. So I'm not saying we have to create a witch spell and get a, what do you call it? A Ouija board to connect to like spirits. It's not like that. It's just connecting to the energy that feels aligned with you. So whether that's guides, angels, it can be the 4 elements, the wind, the water, fire, the earth. It can be the sun, the moon. It can even be God. It can be whatever feels right in that moment. Just try to create a connection to that energy. Then you can sit, if you are doing a written thing, and obviously under new moons, you want to be manifesting, so you should be writing. But again, I'm not telling you what to do. So grab those pieces of paper and write down the things in your life you either wish to pull in. No, not that you either wish, that you wish to pull in. That was a typo from yesterday and I still didn't change it. What do you want to pull into your life? And this whole workshop that I've given you is like a perfect way to cover all your bases, to cover all aspects of your life. But again, like I said, if you have looked at the zodiac that the new moon falls under and that flavor doesn't align with you, and you've looked at the house that the new moon falls in for your natal chart and that also doesn't feel aligned, then just sit there and tap into your soul and be like, what do I want to focus on in the next 28 days? What is calling to me? What is like prevalent in my mind? And you do that. Okay, then declare. There's such power in speaking your wishes aloud, especially in terms of an affirmation as if they have already happened, and always in a positive context, right? When you speak your words out loud, firstly, you are affirming that to yourself. Secondly, you are affirming it to the universe. And our words are magic. Our words are spells. That's why they call it spelling, right? So by speaking out your desires to the universe, just taking you one step closer to being completely magnetic and bringing in those manifestations quickly again. It also evokes feeling within you. And I'll give you an idea to do in meditation. But if you think about most things you want to manifest into your life, is it the actual physical thing that you want, or is it the feeling that you're going to have when you get that thing? So let's say for a material item, let's say you want to get a new car. Is it the actual physical car that you want, or is it the feeling you're going to have when you have that car, when you're driving that car around, like that sense of accomplishment, or that sense of safety, or that sense of excitement because you've got a fast new car, whatever it is? It's most generally the feeling you want to feel. It's the same thing with like, let's say you want to start a new job. It's not the new, okay, there's a bit of the new job that you want, but it's the feeling you're going to have when you get that new job. It's going from maybe a career that you hate with people that you don't get along with to finding a job that brings you joy, that brings you happiness, fulfillment, excitement, with people that are supportive. It's those feelings that you want to feel. So feeling into those feelings is so powerful. And this is the 5th step, meditate and complete. This is something you can do when you do your manifestations. Set yourself for your meditation, whether it's lying down, sitting down, walking around your garden, whatever it is. Take a few breaths, center yourself, calm yourself, ground yourself, bring yourself into the present moment. And then start to visualize yourself achieving that goal. Start to feel the feelings that you will have when you achieve that goal. And I promise you now, you are going to find yourself smiling like an idiot by yourself. But this is going to be such a powerful tool you can use to manifest your dreams, because you are tapping into those feelings. You are becoming those feelings. And you've heard that saying, you get what you are. You manifest what you are, not what you want, right? So by embodying and feeling those feelings, you are becoming that version of yourself that has already achieved these things. All right. So that's the end of the workshop. If obviously there's no live Q&A because this is a re-recording, but if you are catching the replay, you are more than welcome to send me questions you have. You can send me by email or via DM on Instagram or on the Facebook page. If you did enjoy this workshop and you would like to have access to this and more, then I would highly recommend joining the Goddess Sisterhood. It is a monthly membership that brings together the most incredible like-minded goddesses. In the membership monthly, I organize guest speakers to come and host masterclasses on the theme of the month. This month's theme is manifestation. So this month we have Kylie Null from Mind Your Hero. She's doing a masterclass on her 5-step manifestation process and myths, and she's going to do an experiential technique with us. I'm going to do a live workshop on the 12 S's to manifestation. There's manifestation meditations. I've put up a workbook. There's a beautiful, beautiful Telegram group where we all hang out and support each other, connect with each other. It's just such a beautiful space. And for $22, like, it's a no-brainer. It's so cheap, but there's no other way you'll get so much value. Just trying to see if I forgot anything. Oh, and every month I also teach you about a spiritual law. And this month we are talking about the law of intention. So when you join the membership, you get access to all the previous month's stuff as well. So you can catch up on all the stuff you've missed and then be present for all the things going forward. It's just a beautiful way to work on yourself, to learn the things that will help you on your self-improvement and discovery journey, and find a beautiful, like-minded community at the same time. So if that's something that interests you, you can go click the link in my bio, or you can visit my website, alignedwithpurpose.co.za, and all the information is there. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you found some value from this workshop. If you did, let me know. I always love to hear your guys' feedback. But until next time, I'm sending you guys so much love, so much light, and I'll see you soon.